Seneca's Center for Development of Open Technology is quite unique in its purpose and process. Here, through the guidance of dedicated faculty and staff, Seneca students participate in the research and development of various open source projects headlined by major players in the technology industry. This hands-on experience provides students with a fantastic start to their technological careers, but also gives a boon to the open source community.
CDOT is a center that started a little over a decade ago, basically as an idea. And from an idea it grew to a web presence, and then a bit of a series of sort of skunkworks projects off to the side as people had time. And then we subsequently grew that into a place that had real physical presence and some properly funded projects and so forth. And now it operates as a research center with anywhere from about 15 to 30 research assistants working with a half dozen faculty on projects with industry partners.
And it was the desire of a number of faculty here who were interested in open source to have open source be something that was part of our curriculum, part of the teaching that we did, but also to be something that we were involved in shaping. So we wanted to be participants in the creation of open source technologies, the open source community, those kinds of things. And over those years, we've gone from being users of open source and advocates of open source to leaders in the open source community.
The teams that here at CDOT are sort of working with industry partners. So, I mean, that sort of exposure is invaluable to a student. And the open source community as a whole benefits because it's taking, young people like myself, introducing them to open source and sort of keeping the community alive.
CDOT brings to Seneca an environment that will allow anyone who wants to enroll in college to be proficient and practice whatever they like to work with in software development. So in other words, I think CDOT is the place where you can find something that any other college would like to offer.
CDOT is, in my mind, an opportunity for students who are coming through the programs here at Seneca College to really gain, actual real world experience. Like it's interesting because like everything that we're taught and coursework and all that, it's relevant, but CDOT is really cool opportunity to apply the things that we've learned, but also just learn real world practices right from the get-go and sort of dive in, and that's been really my experience. I just sort of jump right in.
It's a center where it's a department in the college where we combine the experience professors have with the cutting edge skills that students are learning and bring that to connect with the needs of industry so that students get experience working on real world projects. Industry gets to use the cutting edge experience of students. Professors get to keep on top of what's going on in industry.
For example, Red Hat or Mozilla, people come over here and work, or Big Blue Button that I'm working on. Our students over here start working on it, and by the time they are graduated, they are seasoned programmers, experienced in that technology, and they just move to the company and they start working there. So it's an amazing opportunity for them too.
I guess the opportunity for any student just to come down and you're literally steps away from this, where all this work's being done. And I don't think you need to be a CPA student or even to get hired by CDOT to get involved. I mean, you could just walk in and say, hey, I want to get involved, how can I? And just having that, to being able to have that high bandwidth conversation because we're in person, it's right here physically, I think that's a pretty positive thing.